Hi, second graders, and we are back today, still in lesson 11, and we are understanding three-digit numbers. This week we're practicing reading and writing three-digit numbers, understanding the values of each digit wherever they're placed in a number. So let's go ahead and get started. We are in the instruction book, and we are working on pages 100 and 101 today. We finally made it to the three-digit numbers in our book. All right, so we are on page 100. Let's get started. This is a really good day for reviewing some of the things that we learned, and we're going to get to practice some riddles in this lesson. So let's go ahead and take a look. First, we have an example, and let's look at the example to see what they did. It says, Mrs. Cole wrote this number on a check, and the number is 594. Let me get, here we go. Here's the number that she wrote out on the check, and I don't know if you remember that from yesterday, but this is word form, okay? 594. What is this number? And then what they want us to do is show the work on a chart. So here's our example. They did a place value chart, and they plugged the digits in the place on the chart where they belong. So the first part of the number says 500. So they knew to put a 5 in the hundreds place. The second part of the number that Mrs. Cole wrote was the number 90. 90. So I know that's a 9 in the tens place because 9 tens is a value of 90. And then her last number that she wrote in a word was the number 4. And so we put the 4 in the ones place. So let's take a look at this. The word 500 is a value for a digit 5 in the hundreds place. Okay? The word 90 is the value of a digit written in the tens place. And the word 4 is the value of the digit 4 written in the ones place. So our total answer is 594. So that's the answer to this first example, and I just wanted to make sure that you understood how they got that answer. All right, so let's take a look at number 7, and this is one that we get to solve. It says, Pat wrote these clues about his secret number. So we're just going to read it first, and then we're going to solve it. The first clue is the hundreds digit is 1 more than 8. 1 more than 8. The next clue says the tens digit has a value of 40. And our last clue is the number has 2 ones. What is the secret number? And show your work. So let's go ahead and we're going to write our place value chart. We start with a large capital H and put our crossbar at the top, put our H for hundreds, T for tens, and O for the ones place. Now, let's box it in. And let's go back to our clues, okay? We're going to do these clues one at a time, and you're going to pause the video to get your answers and see what we come up with. So the first one we're going to do is this first clue right here. I'm going to circle it. The hundreds digit is 1 more than 8. So that is your clue. Here's where you're going to write your hundreds digit. We need a number that is 1 more than 8, or the digit that is 1 more than 8. Pause the video and write your answer in that circle. All right, I hope that you knew that the hundreds digit was going to be the digit 9 because 9 is one more than 8. Let's move on to the next one. Here's the next clue. The tens digit has a value of 40. Go ahead and pause the video and you're going to be putting your tens digit right there in that next circle. Pause the video now. All right, I hope you knew that that was going to be the digit 4 placed in the tens place, and that means it has a value of 40. And then last but not least, this one just gives us the answer, so we'll just go ahead and plug that in. The number has 2 ones, so let's go ahead and put our 2 in the ones place. And what is the secret number? Go ahead and write that on your answer line, what the secret number is. So pause the video and write your answer there. All right, I hope you have 942 is our secret number. So let's move on to page 101. And here we have a problem that involves some play money. So let's read it and try to understand what it's talking about. It says, Jim is playing a board game. This is Jim's play money. Write the amount in 2 different ways. All right, so let's take a look at what they want us to do. Here is one way, and I'm going to circle one way, just like that. And the second way that they want you to write the number is this way right here. Okay, so we want to know the value of the money. Okay, so the first one, they want you to put the value of this amount on the first line here, for how many dollars that is valued at. The second one's going to be these tens. Okay, what is the value of that in dollars? And then the last line is going to be for your ones. And what is the value of that amount? Go ahead and pause the video, and you're just going to do this first row. Pause the video now. Okay, I hope you found the value of all of those dollar bills. We had a one $100 bill here, and that value is 100. We had 3 tens right here, and 3 tens is a value of $30. And then we had 2 ones, and the value of 2 ones is $2. Now you're going to write the total amount of dollars here. Pause the video and write the total amount, the total value of dollars. Okay, and I hope that you found that the total value was $132. Great job, everybody. Okay, let's take a look at number 9, and this is our last one for today. It says, which number is the same as 700 plus 6? Okay, so it's giving us values, okay? So I suggest we go ahead, before we do anything else, we're going to draw our place value chart. We need a place for our hundreds, our tens, and our ones. All right, you can box it in if you'd like, just like I did. And the first thing I want you to do is write down what those digits would be. If I have a value of 700, I want to know what is that digit and what would that digit be? Where would you put that in our chart if it has a value of 700? And then the other value is 6. So which place in the place value chart, which place would you put that digit so that it has a value of only 6? Pause the video and write your numbers in your chart now. Okay, I hope that this is what you have. And if you did not have this, I want you to erase what you've got and go ahead and correct it now. The digit 7, when put in the hundreds place here, is going to have a value of 700, just like we were given here. The digit 6, when placed in the ones place in the place value chart, is going to have a value of 6. Now, what we're missing is the tens. They didn't give us any tens. So if we have no tens, that means we have 0 tens. So we need to write our 0 right there in the tens place. And now I think you can see what our 3-digit answer is, and our answer is C. So that's the answer to number 9, but here's the part that we have to figure out and write ourselves. The next part of this problem says, Zoe chose A as the answer. Let's all look at A, and I'm going to just circle A in green. Zoe chose A as the answer. The answer is wrong. We know that that is wrong. The answer is not 76. How did Zoe get her answer? All right. Remember, before we put this 0 in the tens place, look what we had. I want you to think about that when you give an answer to what you think Zoe may have done wrong. How did she get the number 76 as her answer? So you're going to pause the video, you're going to write your sentence about what you think Zoe did and how did she end up with the answer of 76 instead of 706. Go ahead and pause and do all your writing. Okay, I hope you got your answer all written down, and we probably wrote something a little bit different from each other, but as long as you said something about that she forgot to put that 0 in the tens place, then I think that your answer is probably just fine. So I hope you enjoyed this real quick lesson. I want you to go back and review the video and review some of the different things that we did in this lesson. But I think that you have a pretty good understanding of how to read and write 3-digit numbers in many different ways. And until the next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.